And we are recording. All right, reactions. What's happening in the pictures?
Some reactions of surprise or disturbing,
Or anger, right?
anger, yeah,
Yes,
or
the girl.
afraid afraid reactions. The girl
Yes, yes, a fear reaction. When was the last time you got annoyed?
on Saturday with myself,
Oh my gosh. What
with my
happened?
because I didn't get the necessary score on the in the
What did
exam.
you do and how did you react?
Well, I react. I know with myself because I consider I could get a better score, but I didn't. So
Ah,
just that, and the engagement with myself to improve my score for future
you you
exams.
you what?
I sorry. I annoyed with myself because I
Hmm.
didn't get I hoped to get a better score in my exam, in my Cenni, well, in my simulation exam, and I didn't. So I annoyed with myself,
Yes.
and I engagement or I promised myself to improve my score
I
to
I I
future
promised
application.
or I committed to
I
myself.
committed to myself to
That's good,
improve
sir. That's
my
really good.
my score.
Take a picture of the screen, please, so we can have the questions at hand. And let's go in sessions for only 1 minute. Yes, and ask and answer the questions with your classmates, please. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Cristobal.
Hi, good morning, teacher.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine, teacher. How are you?
Excellent. It is good morning. It is.
I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all right. It is good. Can your classmates just had a small session about when was the last time they got annoyed? What happened? What did they do? And how did they react? So that's just a small introduction. Okay, for the next slide. Now we're going to ask this now. Yes, can you ask the question, please, Stephanie?
Yes. Do you ever get calls from telemarketers like Telcel? How often do you get them? At what time do they call? How do you respond?
All right, go ahead and take a picture of the screen. Let's go in sessions and ask these questions for only 1 minute, okay? All right, let's go. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Okay. Now we have a small story that we're going to work with. Here we have a group of friends talking, and Olivia is telling her friends a story. Now we have to listen and answer these questions. What made Olivia lose her temper? How did she behave towards the caller? Okay? All we have to do is listen to the story and then we'll talk about it.
A. Listen to Olivia tell her friends about a phone call she got last night. What made Olivia lose her temper? How did she behave towards the caller?
Last night, this guy called, trying to sell me a magazine subscription. Normally, I would have been more polite. You know, I would have just said no and then hung up. But he was the fourth caller, and it was after 10 o'clock. So I just lost it. I yelled at him for several minutes, and I finally hung up on him. At that point, I couldn't have done much else, I don't think, because I was too mad. I know I shouldn't have lost my temper. He was just doing his job. But I mean, what would you have done? I suppose I could have apologized, or I could have asked him to put me on their do not call list. Actually, that's what I should have done. I'll do that next time.
All right, guys. Now, everybody, please, let's see everybody's opinion. What made Olivia lose her temper?
I think she lost her temper because she has already received a lot of phone calls, and it also was too late. The,
It was too late?
yeah, it's
Yeah?
yes, it was at 10 at night.
Yeah? All right. So she got a phone call and it was late.
Yes.
Yeah, is that correct? How did she behave towards the caller?
She was angry because, like Chris said, it was like the fourth call of the day. She was tired. It was like 10 o'clock and or after 10 o'clock, and she yelled at the person who called.
Ah, she jailed.
Yeah.
Oh, she's mean. All right, let's listen one more time. Yes, and check some little things.
Page 76. Unit 8. Behavior. Lesson A. Reactions. 1. Getting started. A. Listen to Olivia tell her friends about a phone call she got last night. What made Olivia lose her temper? How did she behave towards the caller?
Last night, this guy called, trying to sell me a magazine subscription. Normally, I would have been more polite. I would have just said no and then hung up. But he was the fourth caller, and it was after 10 o'clock. So I just lost it. I yelled at him for several minutes, and I finally hung up on him. At that point, I couldn't have done much else, I don't think, because I was too mad. I know I shouldn't have lost my temper. He was just doing his job. But I mean, what would you have done? I suppose I could have apologized, or I could have asked him to put me on their do not call list. Actually, that's what I should have done. I'll do that next time.
Okay, guys. So please ask and answer the questions with your classmates.
Well, she's commenting that she tries to consider that the callers are doing their job, but that is not her fault. So for that reason, she can get annoyed with well, maybe not with the get annoyed just she can get annoyed. So that's the stuff that I understood
Yeah, yeah,
about.
good. Thank you, sir. Everybody else?
Okay, what I could understand it was that the caller was like insisting, so that made her to lose her temper,
Yep.
and after that, the behavior that she had, she finally regretted about it. So she said she could have been more polite. So
Yes.
because or only ask for non-call list. I understood
All
something
right.
like that.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you. Good morning, by the way, Mario.
Good morning,
Uh,
teacher.
so let's check the script. Let's check the story. Yes. What made Olivia lose her temper? If you find the answer, can you highlight it for us, please? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I am sorry about that.
My teacher.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Perfect.
Oh, just that.
How did she? Yeah. How did she react? Yelled at him for several minutes. There
Um,
you go. Yes,
and
that is correct. Good job. So he was the fourth caller, and it was after 10 o'clock. So she yelled at him for several minutes and finally hung up on him. Okay. Is this funny or embarrassing?
is it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Maybe I can exactly justify the behavior of her behavior. I mean, but imagine that almost all the time they are insisting, and it obviously is not the same color, but it's the same institution. So when I
Yes.
make yeah, and you go to the bank, and they commented you that he will solve that, or they definitely tell you that they are not doing the call. So it is a complicated situation, teacher.
Yeah, and it's annoying sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So was she right? Was she correct to yell at him?
Maybe not. Maybe I think because you are getting annoyed, and that is not good for the health. Well, so maybe the only thing that you can do is just to hang up the phone. So immediately you listen is Banamex, you hang, because it, well, maybe it doesn't make sense, because you can annoy, and well, the bank will continue insisting. So that is bad for you,
So,
not for the bank, because the bank could make you many calls.
so what could she have done?
uh well, in the case, I had a similar situation in the past. So first I went to the bank, and I asked for stopping the calls, but the calls were continuing. So I had to go to the Profeco, to the representation of Profeco right here in Puebla, and I asked them to help me. They commented me that they will check that, but the there is not any forbidden thing. If the bank is calling me to promote me credits, or
Lo-
loans,
Yes.
yeah, there is no any stuff that is forbidden. So
All
the
right.
thing that is not forbidden is allowed. Oh, what about that? So and
Um,
well, the calls stopped
Roberto.
for some months. Yeah, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna do this in sessions so everybody has a chance to participate. So this screen and this question as well. We're gonna go in groups. I will send you the screenshots, so everybody can please share your opinions. Okay. So let's go in teams. Ah, perfect. Oh no no. What if I do this? There, just like that. Okay, let's go. Yes, right there on your own. Complete the sentences. I'll give you 2 minutes, and then we'll share some answers. Excellent. Now I need 4 volunteers.
Me,
Who
teacher,
introduced
please.
number one, please, Roberto?
She should have more patience.
Uh-huh. She should have more patience. Very good, sir.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. All right. What about volunteer number two?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, Chris.
Uh, if she had already received 3 phone calls, she shouldn't have answered the phone.
Good one. That's good. Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay. Volunteer number three. Go ahead, Mario.
Thank you. I would have just say no, thank you, and then hung up.
Perfect. Perfect, sir. Thank you very much. And volunteer number four.
Can I?
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
She should have listened the caller and say no.
Number four is I wouldn't have.
Number
Yeah.
four, sorry.
Number four, yes.
Uh, I wouldn't have answered the caller because it was too late.
Thank you, sir. Excellent answers. Very good. So what we have here, and I think we can go fast over this. Let's practice a little bit of pronunciation. Speaking naturally, reduction of have in past models. Okay, listen to the sentence above and notice the reduction of have.
Speaking naturally. Reduction of have in past modals. A. Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice the reduction of have.
Olivia should have been more polite. She shouldn't have lost her temper. She could have apologized.
I would have said no and hung up. I wouldn't have yelled at him. I wouldn't have hung up on him.
Okay, what do we notice about the pronunciation?
The contraction of the verb have for be
Yes, in
should
this,
be.
what we have here, Roberto, is, let me highlight it for you, for everybody. Past modals. These past modals are also perfect modals. So in this tense, this verb have is not a verb. Do you know what it is?
It's like the perfect tense. Well, it's not obviously it's not the same equivalence in the possession. I mean, it's a perfect tense.
It's a good. What it is, it's an auxiliary.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. So yes, we listen to the reduction of the auxiliary with what?
With have. With
With
Just
the model. With the model.
no.
oh,
Yes, reduction of the model and the auxiliary.
teacher, just a question. It is possible to do the contraction of have when you are employing it to refer a possession?
No, in
Oh,
possessions we can contract
okay.
because in a possession it is a verb, not an auxiliary.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Good, perfect. Now reductions. Let's see. Let me see. Volunteer number one, please.
May I, teacher?
I don't see. Yes, please help us with this pronunciation. Yes, can you pronounce the first contraction?
Should be should off.
Yes, that's what it sounds like, right?
Ah,
What we're practicing is how we produce the sound, the pronunciation, and of course, it's not how it's written, but it's how it sounds. Can you give me? Somebody can give me the next one?
Good have.
Yes, yes, Mario. Next.
Good of.
Yes, and of course, it is.
I'm sorry. Should enough?
Yes, Manuel. The next one.
Uh, Good enough?
No, the last one, Stephanie.
Would have,
The
would
last
have,
one. Would.
wouldn't have.
Yes, wood enough. That's how it is. Okay, wouldn't. Now we'll practice a little more. There. Now we practice the sentences, I mean the pronunciation. Now let's try to remember the sentences. What sentence is this?
Which one, teacher? Sorry.
Let me highlight it again. This one.
The circle.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to highlight. Yes, this picture.
Uh, she should she should she should have respond the call.
But she did. She responded to the call.
Ah,
So she should have. What should have she done?
She should have been more polite.
She should have been. Yeah.
She should have been more polite.
Good. What about this? What is this?
she should have keep calm. Kept. Sorry, she should have kept calm.
Yes. And another one with a different expression.
He could have been more patient.
Yeah, she could have been. Another one. Practice with the negative expression.
He shouldn't have yelled to the guy.
Yeah, she shouldn't have yelled, huh? Okay. How about this?
She could have said sorry.
Yes, that's right. And this? Maybe she shouldn't have hung up, and I wouldn't have hung up. And this one? Maybe she should have said no, or I would have said no. Right? Okay, let's go for the next slide. All right, I think we already did this, so let's go for the next one. Modal verbs with the correct intention. What is would, guys?
What is good?
Yeah.
Good.
In a modal verb, in these past modals, what is
Yeah.
would?
Yeah, I understand. Good is something. Good is a modal verb that refer that something that it is not a real, or something that is imaginary. I good. I do have a better score in my exam, but I don't have it.
Yes, but we're talking about past modals. In past modals, let me do this.
Alternative. would it is with alternative? Teacher, I hope you don't have any problem that I am just talking.
No, no problem. What would good would be? Would be an alternative, a possibility, or a suggestion?
No, I think it's a alternative.
Alternative. What
Yeah.
about should?
Should is a suggestion?
Suggestion. And could. A possibility. It's actually could. It's actually a alternative, a second choice. And would is a possibility of your first choice. Now let's check this in a little bit more detail. Past models in past. I changed this and it didn't change. Okay. The model would have is past and real action. The model could have is past and real ability. Ay, ay, ay. Should have is past and real recommendation. And we have the examples. Yes, past and real action. I would have answered had I known it was my boss who called me last night. Past and real ability. He could have taken the flight. Past and real recommendation. You should have listened to the teacher. Now let's see this in more detail. Real events in the past. I didn't know it was my boss who called me last night, so I didn't answer my phone. Unreal events. Had I known it was my boss who called me, I would have answered my phone. I wouldn't have ignored it. Okay. Let's see, Stephanie, can you read the next one, please?
Real events in past. He didn't take the flight. Unreal events in the past. He could have taken the flight. She shouldn't have taken. He shouldn't have missed it.
You should have missed it. Yes, I know. Thank you. Cristobal, can you help me with the next one, please?
Yes. Real events in the past, you didn't listen to the teacher. And real events in the past, you should have listened to the teacher. You shouldn't have been playing.
Perfect, sir. So this is what we have. The models in the past. Yes. In the example, I would have answered, this is an imaginary event that didn't happen, right? Had I known it was, is an imaginary situation that didn't happen. He could have taken the flight, an imaginary situation that didn't happen. You should have listened to the teacher. Imaginary situation, it didn't happen. So we're talking about imaginary situations. Are you familiar with these little sentences? Do you remember? Do they remind you of something?
Remind in which sense, teacher? About the grammar or what?
About the class, yeah, the grammar and the classes that we have seen.
No. I am familiarized with that kind of modal verb. I have already explained them in my classes. But
Good.
obviously,
What
what teacher?
conditional is that? What
I good
conditional is this?
is good have. Well, good answered is a past participle. I could have answered.
Yes.
Answer is a past participle.
Is
But
that
what
an inversion of third conditional
it's a third conditional. There you go.
with
But
inversion?
what about this one? Is this a third conditional? What about a second conditional? It's not a conditional, right? It's only modals in past. And it's also called the perfect modals. Yes? Unreal imaginary situations without a conditional. Good. So let's see more examples. Number one, what do you see in the first picture?
The first picture is a statue. Sorry. I have failed my exam.
Yes, I have failed my exam. Okay. Imagine Roberto. Oh my gosh, no, I'm just kidding, Roberto.
No problem, teacher. That's the reality, and I have to accept that.
Okay. So, what perfect models sentences can we give? I should have studied more. Yes, I could have asked a classmate to help me. Can you think of another one?
I
Another
sh
should have.
I should have been more disciplined. Sorry,
Disciplined. Yes,
disciplined. Discipline.
yes. Another one
Uh,
with a negative.
I should. Another student. Sorry, teacher.
Come on, guys. Nobody?
I shouldn't have been sending WhatsApp messages during the class.
Can you repeat that again, please?
I shouldn't been sending messages, WhatsApp messages during the class.
I shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have. Yeah, right.
Yes, I shouldn't have been sending messages. Perfect, sir. Next one. The little porky thing.
That's me.
Who can read it?
He has gained 10 kilos. Oh, sorry.
Yes, he has gained. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are the possible sentences?
Possible.
You shouldn't have got married.
That's good, sir.
That's no. I should. I should. I should. I should. No, sorry. My wife or my girlfriend, my couple, could have prepared healthy food for me.
Yes, healthier.
Healthier food.
Perfect. The example that we have is he shouldn't have eaten so much at dinner. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Totally.
He could have started a diet. I would have gone to the gym more often. Okay, what about the next one? Can you read it, Crystal, please?
She forgot about my friend's birthday.
And the sentences?
She should have written a note about it. She could have set an alarm on her phone. I would have called to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, what about the last one, Emmanuel?
Yes. You have lost your phone in the bus. Examples. You should have put it inside your backpack. You could have returned to the bus to look for it, and I would have taken better care of the phone.
Do you agree? Yes. Good. Let's go for the next slide. What are the real events, and what were the real events? The real events. What are the real events?
The real events is war. Sorry, she
Received.
received she received a call.
Yeah.
She yelled during many minutes, and she consider he well, the caller was doing his job, and but she yelled to him, or yell at him. Uh-huh. And uh,
So
yeah,
that's
that are the real events.
real events.
Real events.
This guy called. Okay, that is a real event. That is another real event.
um
He was the fourth caller.
He was a caller. What else?
Hang up. I finally hung up on him.
What else?
She was too mad.
What?
She was too mad.
Where is it?
It's in the next line because I was too mad.
I was too mad. Perfect. What else?
He was just doing his job.
Yes. What else?
On the
There.
third line, it was after 10.
It was after 10. Perfect. There are two more.
So I just lost it.
Mhm.
I just
I
lost.
yelled.
I
One
yelled.
more.
I yelled at him.
I yell at him. Right. Now let's go for the unreal events. What are the unreal events?
Would have been more polite. I would have been more polite.
I shouldn't have lost my temper.
Hold on. Let me see. I would have been more polite. What else?
I shouldn't have lost my temper.
Good. What else?
I would have just said no.
Okay. What else?
I could have apologized.
I could have apologized. Okay. Good. What else?
I could have asked him to put me on there. Do not call.
Okay. What else?
That's what I should have done.
That's what you have done. And the last one. What is the last one?
I couldn't have done much else.
That is correct. Couldn't have done much else. Those are the unreal events. Next question is, what was a good idea?
I would have asked him to put me on the do not call list.
Um, yes, it's a good idea, but it's in a different form. A good idea was shouldn't have lost the temper. That's what I should have done. Now, what was a good alternative? The good alternative was I could have asked him to put me on the do not call list. That's the alternative. The second good choice. The second good idea. Okay? Yes? All right. So what we have are past models would have, should have, could have. So let's listen to the audio. Listen and read at the same time, please.
Page 77. 3. Grammar. Past modals would have, should have, could have. You can use these past modals to talk hypothetically about the past. Imagine your behavior in a situation.
What would you have done?
I would have said no politely. I wouldn't have lost my temper.
Would you have gotten mad?
Yes, I probably would have.
Say what was the right thing to do.
What should she have done?
She should have said no politely. She shouldn't have yelled at him.
Should she have yelled at him?
No, she really shouldn't have.
Say what other possibilities there were.
What else could she have done?
She could have told him not to call again. She couldn't have done much else.
Could she have been more polite?
I feel she could have.
Great. So what we're looking at here, guys, is that when we imagine our behavior in a situation, we have the hypothetical question, what would you have done? Right? So we have our answers. I would have said no. I wouldn't have lost my temper. Say what was the right thing to do. Now, the right thing to do, we use should. What should she have done? What was the right thing to do? She should have said no politely. She shouldn't have yelled at him. Yeah, that was the right thing to do. And other possibilities. Other possibilities. What else could she have done? She could have told him not to call again, or she couldn't have done much else. We have our yes no questions. Would you have gotten mad? Yes, I probably would have. Or no, I wouldn't have. Should she have yelled at him? No, she really shouldn't have. Or yes, yes, she should have. Could she have been more polite? I feel she could have. Or I don't think she could have. Or no, she couldn't have. Are there any questions about this?
No. Well, my case, no.
Perfect. All right. Let me see. I need a volunteer first, please.
Me, teacher, if I can.
Perfect. Yes.
Mosquitoes have bitten me.
Yes.
I should have a repellent. I should have had a repellent.
Okay. I should have had a replicate. Yes. Continue.
Me?
Now,
And another.
yeah, number two, please.
Me with number two or another student?
No, another student, please. Another
Okay,
volunteer.
okay.
Somebody else, please. Come on. Don't be afraid.
Yes, okay. I am all wet. I could have had an umbrella.
Yes, there you go. That's a good idea. Another student, another participant, volunteer.
I shouldn't have gone out.
Good. Another one, somebody else.
My mom would have given me my umbrella back.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah. My mom would have given me my umbrella back.
Are you talking about the future?
No, about my mom would have given me my umbrella back.
But you're all wet, so that didn't happen, right? Maybe it's with could. My mom could have given me my umbrella back. Yeah.
I could have checked the weather.
Yes. With my mom is my mom would have taken her umbrella. Yes. That's what she would have done. All right, let's go in session, guys. I'll give you 3 minutes to to work with this. I'm gonna send you the image. It's in your WhatsApp. Perfect. Let's go. Okay, guys. So let's check your answers. Let me see. There. Volunteer number one, please.
Okay.
Number one,
Yeah, please.
uh, past possibility. I will, I will have bad breath, but I didn't know.
Yes, is I would have bought.
I would have bad. Okay.
Perfect. Number two. Volunteer number two.
Me.
Go ahead.
We should have invited so many people
We should
for a
have.
party. We shouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to do the short way, but I'm having problems with the negative and the have.
Oh,
Should
yeah.
have, shouldn't have
Perfect. Should enough. That is correct. Should enough.
invited.
Yes, there you go. Should enough invited. Number three. Volunteer number three, please.
I should have started saving money years ago.
Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah. I should have started saving money years ago.
Perfect. Should have started. Perfect. Great. Next, volunteer number four.
Me, teacher, please. Number 4. Uh, we could have joined you at the restaurant, but we couldn't get a babysitter. Maybe could have joined.
Could have joined, right? Is there another one
Yeah, could be also would have joined.
that is also would? Yes, both models work in this clause. Okay. Yes, sir. No, okay, good. Number 5.
The weather couldn't have been worse, any worse.
Again, please, sir.
Yes, the weather couldn't have been any worse.
Would? Yes. Did you say
Wouldn't.
would?
Yes, good.
Would? All right. Because of this, right? Yes, I know that what you're we're doing that. In the case of the weather in the past, it's always used could.
Could.
Could, yes. The weather couldn't have been. Because it's the weather and in the past. That's a common general expression all the time. And of course, with the contraction, is couldn't have.
Okay, sure, thank you.
Couldn't have. Something like that. Okay. And number 6.
Past never. I wouldn't have arrived on time even if I left earlier.
Can you repeat again?
Uh-huh. I wouldn't have arrived on time even if I left earlier.
All right. And again, we're using would because of this, right? This is giving us the clue of the would, right?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
However, here we have even if. Even if means two possibilities. Possibility number 1 and possibility number 2, and it's the same.
Okay.
The same result. So when we have two alternatives, we don't use would. We again use could.
Could. Okay.
Yes. And it's negative.
I couldn't.
Good enough. Arrived. There you go. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yes, we are.
7. Volunteer number 7, please.
Can I repeat, teacher?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Um, they would have won the football match, but John hurt his ankle. Or also could. They could
That's right. In
have
this one,
won. Uh-huh.
yes, in this scenario, yes, we can use either could or would. They both work the same. Number 8.
Amanda could have finished the work, but she felt ill and had to go home.
Perfect. Could have. Number 9.
Lucy should have left earlier. She missed her flight. Should have.
Yeah, should have. Perfect. Number 10.
We could have finished the game even if we. Oh, negative. We couldn't have finished the game.
Yes, couldn't have. Or couldn't have.
Good enough. Good enough.
11.
I shouldn't have eaten so much chocolate. I feel sick.
Perfect. And 12. And this last one, number 12, we cannot use either could or would. In both cases, it's okay. Okay, guys, any questions? No
No,
question?
teacher. Thank you.
All
Well,
right.
for
9:42. I took 12 more minutes than I wanted to.
sorry.
You can take a picture of this. You can do this as homework, but you would only be able to check with your classmates. Right? This is our last class. Yes, that will be for you to practice among you. So I'm going to start with the next class. The next lesson. Now we're going to go into a similar topic. Did you see the image yet or not yet?
Yeah, my
Yes.
case, yeah, teacher.
Yeah, what does it say?
Life coaching.
Yes, life coaching. That's the one. What is life coaching? Do you know?
It's an orientation about
That's right.
certain habits or costumes or things that you should do.
Perfect. Can you read the question, please, Cristobal?
Uh-huh. Do you have a personal problem that you'd rather not discuss with your friends or family? Or
Yeah, friends or family, right?
okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now let's go in sessions, and you guys will ask and answer the question with your classmates. Okay. Perfect. Let's go. Okay, guys. Were you able to participate? Did everybody have something to say?
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Now, who can share me just one problem?
Well, in my case, teacher, can I?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
For instance, well, I needed to go to my accountant. Well, I needed to hire an accountant because I had a problem with that because I had already I have almost 6 years
Yeah.
without any declaration of my
Wow.
taxes. So the SAT started to call me and you need to do your declaration of taxes. You almost have 6 years with no declarations. And I needed to go with my accountant. Yeah, in order to do that, because if I didn't do that, I can get problems. So
Yes, you might get big problems with SAT.
yeah.
Good luck. Take care of that as soon as you can. All right, guys. Thank you. Now we're going to see four people's stories. Okay, they're on the screen. I want you to read it real quick and tell me what problems do these people have. So, what are the problems? All right, let's go in sessions and check this out. For only 1 minute, I will send you the image on the WhatsApp. So let's go. And there, let's go. Excellent, guys. Are we ready? So, what's problem
Yes.
number one?
Number one,
Yes.
uh, the person wants to do some volunteer work, but doesn't have enough time. So,
Perfect. That
uh,
is the problem. Good. What about number two?
He or she is having a problem with his boss or her boss because the boss is harassing, bullying, mobbing him or her. So he's considering to check about the problem and to make an appointment with human resources to try to solve that.
Perfect. Good job, sir. What about problem number three?
It's a person who is nervous because this person is about to meet his or her girlfriend. Sorry, his girlfriend's parents. So he's
Good.
nervous. He doesn't know what to do. He wants to give a good
Correct.
impression.
And question number four? Problem number four?
and number four, the person was offered a promotion, but he hasn't made a decision yet.
But is that a problem?
Mm, yes, because he had to think a lot. He has
Okay. Maybe
a
the
many.
boss offer a promotion, but he rather stay in his current job and he has got to decide by next week.
Oh,
So it's not really a problem, but maybe a little predicament, right? He doesn't know what to do. Good. Now, what we're working with here are the verbs do or what is the other verb, guys? Make. Now, in the problem number one, what do we use? Sometimes I think I ought to do more volunteer work in a school or a hospital, but I'm too busy just trying to do or make.
I'm trying to. I think it's trying to do a living.
Do a living. And the next one, the next answer, don't do or don't make.
Don't.
All we have to do is listen and check what they are. Write in your notebooks in the correct order, the correct verb, and then we'll check answers, okay?
Yes.
Complete the expressions with the correct form of do or make. Then listen and check your answers.
Ask the life coach. Do you have a personal problem that you'd rather not discuss with friends or family? Get some confidential advice from our online life coach. Question 1.
Sometimes I think I ought to do some volunteer work in a school or a hospital, but I'm too busy just trying to make a living. I have very little free time, so I think I'd better not add anything to my schedule right now. Am I right?
Don't make excuses. You don't have to spend all your free time doing volunteer work. 3 hours a week is enough. Find an organization where you feel you can make a difference and do some good for other people.
Question 2.
My boss is a bully. He yells at me if I make a mistake, and he makes fun of me in front of my coworkers. I've tried talking to him, but it doesn't do any good. He won't listen. I guess I'm going to have to do something about this problem. But what?
It doesn't make any sense to ignore this problem, and you'd better do something quickly before it gets worse. Make an appointment with your human resources representative. You might want to take a colleague with you, too.
Question 3.
I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time next weekend. They've invited me for dinner. I'm going to do my best to make a good impression on them, but I'm really nervous. Any advice?
Make an effort to dress nicely and make sure you take them a small gift, such as flowers or chocolates. Make some nice comments about their home, the food, etc., but don't overdo it. You ought to let them do the talking at first. The most important thing, however, is just to be yourself.
Question 4.
My boss recently offered me a promotion. I've done a lot of thinking about it, but I can't make up my mind if I should take it. Sometimes I think I'd rather stay in my current job. I've got to decide by next week. What should I do?
Make a list of the pros and cons of each job and give each one a score from 1 to 5. 5 equals the best. Then do the math. Add up the points for each list and subtract the con totals from the pro totals. Which job has the highest score? Does that help you make a decision?
All right, guys. How was that? Enough? Or do we need to listen again? Is good? Yes? Roberto?
Yeah, teacher, is good. Thank you.
Cristobal, you too?
So I couldn't get all the answers, but it's good for me.
It's good? All right. Do you want to finish this slide or do you want to go to break and come back and finish? Break time. All right, perfect.
Oh.
Let's go to break. I'll see you in 20 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you. Is very much. You must have the most studies that you can. You obviously must also to manage or to handle obviously the language that you are teaching. In my case, English, French. If not at the perfection, the most possible to that, because everybody is observing you, everybody is checking you if you commit a mistake, everybody's yeah, you have the surveillance like a big brother camera. So surveillance like a big brother camera. So it's complicated, but well, we decided to stay like that. So I am good with that, but the exigence is every time in all the moment.
All right. Now, I need to step out for 1 minute, only 1 minute. Meanwhile, I'm gonna leave the audio playing again. All right, you can play it, you can listen to it, and please work as a team and complete the blanks with the correct verbs. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Page 56, Lesson B, Problems and Solutions. 1. Building vocabulary and grammar. A. Read the Life Coach's web page. Complete the expressions with the correct form of do or make. Then listen and check your answers.
Ask the life coach. Do you have a personal problem that you'd rather not discuss with friends or family? Get some confidential advice from our online life coach. Question 1.
Sometimes I think I ought to do some volunteer work in a school or a hospital, but I'm too busy just trying to make a living. I have very little free time, so I think I'd better not add anything to my schedule right now. Am I right?
Don't make excuses. You don't have to spend all your free time doing volunteer work. 3 hours a week is enough. Do some research and find an organization where you feel you can make a difference and do some good for other people.
Question 2.
My boss is a bully. He yells at me if I make a mistake, and he makes fun of me in front of my coworkers. I've tried talking to him, but it doesn't do any good. He won't listen. I guess I'm going to have to do something about this problem. But what?
It doesn't make any sense to ignore this problem, and you'd better do something quickly before it gets worse. Make an appointment with your human resources representative. You might want to take a colleague with you, too.
Question 3.
I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time next weekend. They've invited me for dinner. I'm going to do my best to make a good impression on them, but I'm really nervous. Any advice?
Make an effort to dress nicely and make sure you take them a small gift, such as flowers or chocolates. Make some nice comments about their home, the food, etc., but don't overdo it. You ought to let them do the talking at first. The most important thing, however, is just to be yourself.
Question 4.
My boss recently offered me a promotion. I've done a lot of thinking about it, but I can't make up my mind if I should take it. Sometimes I think I'd rather stay in my current job. I've got to decide by next week. What should I do?
Make a list of the pros and cons of each job and give each one a score from 1 to 5. 5 equals the best. Then do the math. Add up the points for each list and subtract the con totals from the pro totals. Which job has the highest score? Does that help you make a decision?
All right, guys. Now go ahead, work as a team. I only have 3 guys here. I only have Roberto, Emmanuel, and Stephanie. So we're missing Luis, Mario. There's Cristobal. Perfect. So Luis and Mario, are you guys here? Luis and Mario?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect, Luis. Thank you. So the only one that's not here yet is Mario. So please work as a team and complete the whole article, please, with do and make.
Okay, I'm going to do the number 3.
I can do number 4.
I can do number 2.
I can do number 1.
Ah. Make do. Do make excuses. Do make do.
Hi, guys. Are you finished?
Yeah, in my case, yes.
All right, perfect. So let's see. Do, make, do, make, do. Perfect. Number 2, make, makes, do, make, and make. And the last one, number 3, me and my parents' girlfriends. Do, make, make, do. Perfect. And the fourth, done, make, do, and make. Perfect, guys. Very good job. Everything is good. Okay, now let's go for the next slide. Uh, you want to take a picture of this, or you don't need it? All right, let's go for the next one. I'll go back. Hold on a second. I'll go back.
There.
There. Go ahead. Let me know when you're finished. When you're ready. Ready? Okay, let's go for the next one. Make word webs of do and make and add other expressions you know, then compare with a partner. Everybody complete in the screen. Yes, all the expressions you know with do and expressions you do with make. Go ahead. Let's see how many you can do. Everybody. Let's see how many everybody can write in only 1 minute. And on your marks, get set, go.
Okay.
All right, let's see your. Is that all you have?
Um. Okay.
All right. Make like a tree. Okay.
This is a colloquialism. It's a phrase of.
Make a decision. Make phone calls. Okay. Make a comment. Make a photo. Make a habit. Good. Do your best. Is there anything else? Makes sense. Okay. It's a little slim, but we have something. All right. What's the difference between do and make?
Well, according to the information that I have got for my previous studies, do is in general. I mean, uh, to develop an activity, to perform an activity in general, and make it something like elaborate, or it could employ also the manufacture. Well, it's
Right.
something more elaborated according the idea that I have. I don't know if I am right.
Yes, actually, do is more when we talk about an activity, to perform an activity, and make it's about to perform a noun, an object, a thing. Yes. For example, in when we have make in these examples right here, notice how we have make a comment, make a fortune, make a habit. And on this last one makes sense. Do you know why we don't have a? Because sense is uncountable. And since it's uncountable, we don't use the article a or an. And over here, what we're talking about is an activity, the laundry, housework. something in reference of an activity, not a noun. Yeah, do something. Walk, work, study, play. That's what do means. If you say make something, then you're talking about make a cake, make food, make dinner, a noun. Okay? Yes? Are there any questions?
No.
All right, let's go for the last next one. So let me see what's in here. Find expressions on the web page with the same meaning as the underlying words below. I should do some volunteer work. What is the expression for that one?
May I, teacher, be a volunteer?
Answer.
So,
What is the expression for should?
one expression for should?
Yes.
Um, eh, sometimes I think well, uh, I should organize better my time, maybe for question one or for
Can you
the
read,
problem number one.
can you read the instruction, please, Roberto?
Find expressions on the web page with the same meaning as the online line words below.
Off to.
Nope. Find expressions on the web page with the same meaning as the underlying words. So should, what expression is the same meaning as should?
Shall?
No? On the web page. Is shall on the web page?
Sorry. I bad understood. I think that I thought that we had to search on the general website on internet. I mean, uh,
I ought to do.
Yes, it ought to do.
I ought to do.
Ought to. What about I'd prefer?
I, I think I'd rather stay in my current
Yes,
job.
I rather. What about I have to?
I've got to decide.
I've
I,
got to decide.
uh-huh.
And you really should.
You'd better do something quickly.
You'd better do. That's right, guys. Okay, so those are the expressions we're going to study today. They are on the exam. Did you see them? Do you remember them on the exam? They are present often throughout the exam. So what's number one?
I ought to do
Yes, I ought to do. Can
some
you please
volunteer
type it?
work.
Yeah, type it, please. Number two.
Okay.
Number three. Number four. Come on, guys. Who's doing number one? Who's doing number two? Who's doing number three and number four? Okay, guys, I don't know if somebody is doing something. So if nobody's doing anything, we can go to the next slide.
Okay, I do number 2.
Up, number 2. I don't see it. Can you click outside of the
Uh,
box for
no,
everybody?
I did number 1, sorry.
It's okay. Can you click outside of the box so we can see it?
Okay.
I had to do. Yes, you better. You better do. And number 2 and 3. Nobody.
Can I do number 2?
Sure. Go ahead.
Can I do number 3, teacher?
Yes, please. Go ahead. If nobody else is doing it, go right ahead. This is not the right one, Roberto.
Uh,
Okay. So, are you guys familiar with these expressions?
yes, I am familiar, but well, sincerely, I can find exactly in the text uh, uh, well, a synonym about them.
Okay. Does anybody remember number 3?
I've got to decide.
Yes. Okay. So let me see. Thank you, Cristobal.
Okay.
Had better. The structure is had better plus verb. Okay. This is an exception. What is this? You had better not drive. Is this a past tense or a past perfect?
Um,
Past tense?
Nope, it's not a tense. It
No.
is not a tense. It's actually an expression for the future.
Okay.
It's a suggestion. Okay. Can you read this, please, Stephanie?
Okay. Had better implies this is a warning. If you do not, something bad may happen.
So this is an expression to give an advice or a warning, a suggestion, a good idea, because if you don't, something will happen that you won't like in the future. It could be in the next minute or in the next year. It doesn't matter. It's in the future. So the examples are, you had better not drive in the snow in the future. If you drive in the snow, you may have an accident today or tomorrow or the next week. Okay. Next one, Cristobal, please.
You had better submit your homework. If you don't, the teacher may deduct points.
Good. Emmanuel, number 3.
Um, You had better stop smoking. If you continue smoking, you will become ill.
Good. Thank you, guys. Next one is ought to. Are you familiar with ought to?
How to.
It's an advice to suggest an action or to show that it is necessary. Example, Stephanie?
You ought to revise your lesson.
Yes, next.
Yeah, Margaret ought to exercise more.
Okay. Now this is a suggestion or something that is necessary. But it's also a probability. Cristobal?
Our team ought to win this match for today.
Next.
She ought to receive the package tonight.
Perfect. Now, the note, please. Can you read the note?
Not usually used in questions or negative sentences.
Okay. Next. We have should, ought to, and we also have might want to. And might want to is very similar to the other two, should and ought to. They are all similar. Examples. Mario?
We should invite your friend to my party.
Yes. Roberto?
We ought to buy some soda if you have money.
And Emmanuel?
You might want to call your mom and tell her you are at a friend's house.
Now, which one is a suggestion?
The first one,
Only the first one?
we should invite.
Only the first one?
No, and the third one, might want.
Number 3, only?
And number 2.
All of them are suggestions. Which one is an advice?
You
The
ought
first,
to. We ought to.
number one.
Number 1 only?
Yeah, I consider that because number 2 is like an obligation and number 3 is like a possibility.
Nope. There are 3 pieces of advice.
Okay.
Which one is a good idea?
You might want.
Only?
The 3 of them?
The 3 of them. The 3 of them are either or. Are either a suggestion, or advice, or a good idea. How do we know the difference? The difference is in the intonation. Okay? When we speak firmly, it's an advice. You should invite your friend. That's an advice. But if you say it softly, you should invite your friend. That's an idea. That's a suggestion. Yes, the intonation is what sets the difference. All right, any questions?
No.
Okay. Next one is I must and I have to. We also have guys, I've got to and
I've got to.
I'm going to have to. So we have these expressions over here on the right. The first one is, I must fix my bicycle. Is that a suggestion, an advice, or an idea? What is that? It's a necessity.
Yeah.
Or an obligation.
Obligation.
Yes. To talk about necessities or obligations, we can also use I've got to. So you can say, I've got to fix my bicycle. Or I'm going to have to fix my bicycle. So they are all obligations and
Suggestions
necessities.
and necessities.
Yes. All right. Next. Are you getting bored, Roberto?
No, teacher. No, sorry. It's because
No, it's okay.
I didn't sleep well, so I starting to feel a little tired, but I am okay and I am not bored. I just paying attention. Sorry.
Good. It's okay. Uh, prefer and would rather. So would rather do is the same as would prefer to do. What's the difference?
The verb, we use the infinitive form in or the word to.
Yes. So with rather, we use the simple verb, and with prefer, we use the preposition to. Yes. So it's the same. Example. Shall we go by train? We can say, well, I prefer to go by car, or I'd rather go by car. Yes? Would you rather have tea or coffee? This is the short answer. And the long answer?
I would rather have coffee.
Yes, I would rather have coffee. Perfect. Notice the negative. I'm tired. I'd rather not go out this evening, if you don't mind. I'd rather not go out. What if we say prefer? I
Not to go.
prefer not to go. Perfect. Do you want to go out this evening? I'd rather not. And prefer?
I prefer not to.
Perfect. I'd prefer not to. And I'd rather not do it by myself, or I prefer not to do it by myself. Notice the structure. I'd rather do something than do something else. So easy. We go for the next slide, or should we make more examples?
No, that's okay for me, teacher.
Okay, good. Let's go. So here we have the same sentences as in the story. Yes. Advisable. You'd better do something quickly. I'd better not add anything to my schedule. I ought to do some volunteer work, and you ought to let them do the talking. Necessary. I'm going to have to do something about it. I've got to decide by next week, and you don't have to spend time on this. Preferable. I'd rather stay in my current job. Those are the examples. Now let's make some. Everybody participate, please. Emmanuel, can you read the problem, please?
Sure. It says, I can find a job to pay my bills.
Guys? Advice, suggestions, ideas, obligations, necessities, and preferences, please.
You'd better you'd better to check. No, you'd better check.
Yes, you'd better check.
You'd better check on the website, and on the website there are many jobs.
Job vacancies. No, job.
Job vacancies.
What? Job positions. No.
Job positions.
I can't remember. But yes.
Well,
let's continue. Next, another one. Oh my gosh.
You ought to To go to live with your parents.
Again, one more time.
You ought to go to live with your parents. Oh,
Okay, okay. Maybe you ought to stay with your parents
okay. You ought to stay with your parents.
for some time, right?
Right.
For some time until you find a job.
Mm.
Good, good. Thank you, sir. Another one. You might want to, you're going to have to, you have got to.
Mm. Mm. You might want to ask for a loan.
Good. That's a good one. Another one, guys. Come on. No? Okay, let's
I'm
go for
going
the
to
next.
have to lend you some money.
Again?
I'm going to have to lend you some money.
Oh, wow. You're a good friend.
you,
Right, guys?
you,
Emmanuel is a
you.
very good friend.
It's just an expectative.
Oh. I don't think that one fits on on the obligation because you're not obliged. You're not obligated to lend the money. You
You
can
have
say
to.
it's a good idea. You
Mhm.
can say I ought to lend you some money. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a suggestion, right? But not a necessity or an obligation. Okay, guys, let's go for the next one. Next, can you read Mario, please? The problem.
I don't understand.
Okay.
May I, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Um, you might want me to help you to check the exercises.
Perfect. Yes, sir. It's good. Another one, guys. Come on.
I would rather to give
Ah. Again?
um, I'd rather to give you
Ah, ah, ah,
so
ah, ah, ah.
rather give you
Rather is not to. With
not
rather, you don't use to. Try it again.
wait a minute. I would rather give you some extra exercise.
Okay, that's better. Yes, without the preposition to. Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right, sir. It's good. Okay. Another one or a next slide.
You'd better search some examples in YouTube.
Better, really good. That's good. Thank you, guys. Next, can you read the problem, Emmanuel?
I failed the exam. My girlfriend broke up with me, and I got fired from my job. What I'm going to tell my parents?
What am I?
Am I going to tell my parents?
Yes, and it's a question.
um, uh, may I, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Um, you ought to comment to your parents as you are commenting me. Surely they will provide you the necessary help.
Very good, Robert. Thank you. Anybody else? Nobody? Are we good? Okay, hold on.
You don't have
Is
to.
it possible to say you might want to receive as an advice as a friend or with politeness?
Is that a question?
Yeah, something like that.
Then it's not you might want to. If it's a question, you want to say, would you like the answer as a friend or as a counselor? Right?
You ought to clear your mind and try to look for a solution for each situation.
Good, good. Thank you, sir. Okay, if nothing else, let's go do some exercises. I'm gonna send them to your WhatsApp so you can complete them in Teams. Okay, you will only have 4 minutes to complete them all. There are 2 pages, but they are only nine exercises total. That's it. So let's go in groups and solve these things. All right, let's go.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Did you complete the exercises?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Was it easy?
Relatively easy, yeah.
Nice. 101. Very good. So let's begin with the comparing answers. There. What do you have for number one?
Number one. May I, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I out to study tonight, but I rather to watch TV. You know,
Again?
I
Can
feel
you repeat that again?
I out to
Yeah.
study
Yeah.
tonight,
Yes.
but I'd rather watch TV
Aha. There you go. That's better.
because I said to.
Yes, you said too. Okay.
Um,
And the response, I think you'd better
Study
because
because you have an exam tomorrow.
perfect, guys. Now let's go in sessions and everybody compare your answers and check each other's answers if that's correct or not. Okay.
Mhm.
Can we do that in only 2 minutes?
Teacher, I have already did with Emmanuel. He's also the paid work.
Uh,
In my
what do you mean?
case, in the same session, the last session, we did the two exercises, the last one and the pair work, this one. We finished both.
You went with Emmanuel?
Yeah, I work with Emmanuel.
Okay, then I'm gonna change you. Okay, so you don't work with Emmanuel and you share your answers with everybody else. You have to pay attention to your classmates' sentences so you can correct each other. Okay, are you ready?
Thank you. Yeah, teacher. All right.
Go. Only 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So how did it go?
Fine, teacher. It's okay.
Good. Okay. Now, was that Easy?
Yeah, relatively easy because, well,
Perfect.
in my case,
Now
I have.
let's.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
Go
have
ahead.
already explained that in my classes, but many times, for instance, when I explain it, you are explaining this completely in English. When I have to explain it for my students, for instance, I have to exemplify in Spanish and compare many Spanish examples in order in order to provide a better information for them. Because if I just start speaking in English,
In English?
they don't catch anything, so it's
They
complicated.
won't.
They
They
won't.
won't, or they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Because you said if. If I
Okay.
explain it in English, they wouldn't understand. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now we go for the difficult part. Writing. You need to make a writing.
Ah.
So we're gonna go fast to the topic. We're gonna go in 10 minutes. So we can stay for about 3 minutes doing the writings and the corrections. Deal? Real fast. Lesson D. The politics of
Happiness.
Happiness.
happiness. What factors, this is a question for you. What factors make a country happy?
The money.
Money. Yes, that's the example in the book. Another idea, guys. What factors make a country happy?
Have job opportunities.
Job opportunities is an excellent idea. Yes, it's a great thing.
The morning
What else?
conferences of the president.
Good. Thank you, sir. What else, guys? What else?
Uh, Maybe a country will be happy if there were no pollution.
Ah, you mean less pollution or control
Yes,
pollution?
control pollution.
Control pollution. Nice. Very good. Come on, guys. I can't give it.
Scholarships.
Yes, scholarships. Okay, I haven't heard anything from Stephanie or Emmanuel.
Maybe a country will feel happy if the president or the people who work there listen their problems.
Listen, if the people who work there listened, what?
Listened their problems, like
Two?
every single
Listen
listened.
is two. You said there. Who is they?
The
The politics,
government.
the government,
The
the people
government.
who work there.
The people who work there in the government. Uh-oh. Stephanie just froze.
I think another one, a country will be happy if there were no corruption.
Corruption is uncountable. So if there was no corruption.
If there was, okay? No.
And I?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Maybe a country will be happy if this China boy didn't eat this animal to create the pandemic.
Thank you, sir. Stephanie,
Either.
can you hear us? Oh, her internet is not, she's not connected. I hope she comes back soon. All right, guys, thank you very much. Now, what we're going to do is read the article and tell me which of your ideas you can find in the article. Okay, happy, maybe you're not in the right country. So let me bring it down for you. There. Let me know if you can read it, okay? Or if you can't, I can take a screenshot and send it to your WhatsApp group.
A second.
There. Can you read it?
Sure, thank you.
Yes. All right. Go ahead. Tell me, what ideas that you had mentioned are in the article?
It is, well, I didn't mention that the idea, but I heard that one of my classmates mentioned it. Can I tell that teacher? Can I say
Yes.
that?
Go ahead. You can highlight
Uh,
it on text, please.
okay, okay. Mm,
Aha. That's right. Good level of education. Good. What else?
Healthiest and wealthiest.
Go ahead. Highlight it, please, or
Okay.
underline it.
Okay.
Is that it?
Mm.
Is that everything of your ideas? Yes, perfect. Now, please, let's highlight with a different color all the ideas you can find in the article. All the ideas that make a country happy. Oh, what happened? Good, more vacation time. Perfect. Social cohesion, good. Okay, good. Increase wealth and prosperity. What is that? Smaller countries? National identity. Good, yes. Putting a high value on health. Absolutely. I agree with you. Greater economy, healthier, good healthcare. Okay. Is there something else? Ah, I see something up there. Education, well-being. Okay. Reduced unemployment. Yes, that's good. What else, guys? Improving parenting skills. Very good one. stimulate kid kindness towards others. Okay. Community credit. Okay. What is the last one, Cristobal? The main ingredient is love. Good. All right. If that's it, let's go to the next activity. I'm sorry. You need to take a picture of this, please. Take a picture of the article because you will need to read it. Tell me when you're finished.
Hey, teacher.
Ready? Yes,
Ready.
Edito. Next. Can you read, Emmanuel, please?
Sure. It says, let us see, right?
Yes, let us see.
It says, waiting for detail. Do the statement below agree with the information in the article? Write Y for yes, N for no, or NG, information not given.
Correct. So please go ahead and do the number 1 through 6. And we'll check the answers in a couple of minutes. Are you finished, guys? Are you finished, guys?
Yes, yes, I finished.
Yes.
Perfect. So let's check. Number one, we have to write yes if it's correct, or you agree with the information of the statement. No if you don't agree, or NG if the information is not given. According to the article, all European countries are happy. Do you agree or you
Mm,
don't agree?
No.
Right. So is that
Education.
yes, no, or NG? Not given.
Angie, number one
Not
for me is Angie.
not given.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, education contributes to a nation's well-being.
Yes. According to the reading, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's correct. Number three, most of Bhutan's population lives above the poverty level.
No.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, check paragraph three. Is that paragraph three? Yes, one, two, three. The last section, it says the program seems to be working. 19% of Bhutan's inhabitants live below the poverty level. So most of Bhutan's population lives above the poverty level. Is that true or not true?
Live. I think it is number three is isn't true.
It's not true. What would be the
Uh-huh.
true? What would be the correct sentence?
Most of Bhutan's population lives below the poverty level.
Nope.
No.
19% live below the poverty level. Is that most?
Okay, 19%. Okay, most of okay is yes, it's
It's true.
right.
It's
Uh-huh.
yes, right? It's
Yes,
correct.
uh-huh.
Yes, guys?
Yes.
All right. Number four, wealth makes people happy according to the research.
Um. Yes.
It's
I consider it yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Can you find the line that says that?
Yeah.
It's in paragraph 4, in the first 4 lines.
Yeah, leading to greater economic wealth.
Yes. So it says, happier people tend to be more productive, leading to greater economy wealth. So number 4, wealth makes people happy.
Okay, well, to be productive and therefore they become wealth.
So is number 4 correct or incorrect?
Um, it is correct.
It's incorrect. The article says happier people lead to greater economy. So number 4 is happy people make wealth.
Mm, okay. Not the well make. Not at the inverse. I mean.
Right? Yes? Is that correct? On
Okay.
this exercise number 4, it says wealth makes people happy. But the article says happy people
Makes wealth.
are more productive, leading to greater wealth. So happy people make wealth. Correct?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
number 5. There are good economic reasons for governments to make citizens happier. Yes or no?
There are good.
It's right there, right after the number 4. Right after it is the answer.
I think it's right. It's the number 5. It's
Is
right.
right? Is correct?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because it says happier people tend to be more productive, leading to greater economic wealth. Moreover, they are often healthier, resulting in lower spending on healthcare.
That is correct. Yes,
Mhm.
guys, that's right. Okay. And the last one, number 6.
In Japan, there are programs to help people to become better parents.
Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is right.
Yeah, there is. There is. Yeah, that is true, teacher.
Can you say that again?
In Japan, for example, community credits programs encourage couples who live too far from their aging parents to adopt an elderly person locally to care for.
So is that a program in Japan? That's a program to become a better parent?
No,
Yes.
or
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yes, because it says, where is it? Where is it? Oh, no, no. I read something about
Yeah,
improving parental skills, but
but that's not the answer. The answer
no.
is in
Uh-huh.
Japan,
Mm-hmm. To help people become better. No, this is it isn't right.
can you repeat that again, please?
It isn't right.
It's not right. And what is the
Uh-huh.
correct?
Okay.
In Japan, there are programs too.
Japan, there are programs to adopt an elderly people.
An elderly person, yes,
Mm.
and take care of this person. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, guys.
Yes.
Yeah? All right,
Yes.
good, good, good. Thank you. Are there any questions?
No. Well, my
No.
case, no, teacher.
No, we're good. All right.
Yeah.
Now, time is running. Discuss the questions. What do you think of the idea that governments can be responsible for your happiness?
Well, in part, they are responsible because not exactly. I am not talking for me exactly. I am talking about a generalized form. Uh, be, because they provide the opportunities with the taxes that all the population pays. They provide the opportunities of a job, uh, job, studies,
Guys,
housing,
guys,
health.
let me step out for only 1 minute. Please ask and answer the three questions. Okay. Sorry, guys. My kids. So, whose responsibility is it to make people happy? Do you think?
Well, first of all, of yourself. You are responsible maybe of your own happiness, but the government have responsibility about the happiness. Yeah, I consider that.
Yes, guys. Cristobal, Emmanuel, Mario.
Um. Yeah, he has the responsibility
He?
to keep the country safe.
Who is he?
The government.
The government is not a he. The government is an it.
Okay, it.
It.
Okay.
Yeah, it has the responsibility. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry,
It's all right. It's good.
but I think that we have the responsibility too. We have
Perfect.
to. Uh-huh.
Thank you, sir. Our next question. Please, Mario and Emmanuel, let me hear you too. Okay. Do you think you live in a happy country? Why or why not?
I think we don't, but it depends on the attitude of each person. Over here, you can say in Mexico, for example, we think that the scholarship could make a student happy, but when they receive this benefit, they say it's not enough. So I think it's a matter of attitude overall.
I know. I know. I agree with you. Guys, come on. I didn't mean for Roberto and Cristobal not to say anything. I just meant for Mario and Emmanuel to participate as well, just like Roberto and Cristobal do.
Yes, I think it depends on the way of thinking of each person. If you consider, well, if the person has a good mood or good way of thinking, if he or she is happy, he is going to consider the place where he or she lives as a happiest place, I think.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I also agree with you. Yes, I think you are right. Okay. Nobody? Nobody else? Okay, let's
The,
go for
the president says that the happiness depends on yourself, teacher. Ah, I am true.
I think so. I believe so. Yes. It does not mean I am 100% happy all the time. No, there are times that I struggle, but at the end, it is all on me, I think.
Okay.
So, what about the last one? What could be changed in your country to make people happier?
Can I, teacher?
Go ahead, sir.
Maybe I think to provide more possibilities of jobs and studies because I and health also because there are many limited opportunities to study, to have a job. I mean, a decent job, and also are limited opportunities to have a, a good system, a health system. I mean, there are the more important aspects that in the country right here in Mexico uh, must must be changed immediately.
Must be changed.
Must be changed immediately. Yeah, thank you.
Sir. What about the rest of you guys? Do you agree or do you have a different opinion?
I agree with Roberto. He's
Perfect.
right. He's right. Maybe what we need to be a little bit happier, we need more employments and more programs for those people who has how do you say, who has a disease, or
People that have
people that have a disease.
or people that are sick.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right. Let's go for the last activity. Hold on, my computer is stuck. Focus on vocabulary. Synonyms. We're going to find in a word in the article with a similar meaning to replace each word or expression in bold. Change its form if necessary. The paragraph numbers are given. We have an example. Number one. Can you read, Emmanuel, number one, please?
1. Study economic trends.
Yes. So, a study. What is the synonym of a study? It's in paragraph one. The synonym is analyze.
Okay.
Okay. Number two, Cristobal, can you read number two, please?
Okay. Collect taxes from the country's people.
People. Three possible answers. They are in paragraph 2 and 3. What are they?
Citizens.
Citizens, that's one. Another one?
Citizens.
Populations.
What did you say, Mario?
Populations.
Population. And what did you say, Emmanuel?
Citizens.
Citizens, population. What else?
Could be habitants.
Inhabitants.
Inhabitants.
Yes, inhabitants. Number 3, Mario.
Decide the most important things for the country.
So, most important things and country. What are the synonyms? They are in paragraph 3 and 1.
Nation for country.
Yes, nation and
Priority.
priorities. Yes, there you go. The most important things will be in plural. So the word will be in plural.
Priorities.
Priorities.
Priorities. Yes. Number 5. Oh, no. 4. Roberto.
Develop plans for how the company sorry, develop plans for how the country operates. Programs,
Yes, program.
develop programs for
Yes,
how
programs. Good. Number 5, Emmanuel.
Try to find ways to make the country richer.
Try to find and richer. What will they be?
Aye.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Richer could be wealthiest.
I'm sorry, again?
Wealthiest.
Wealthiest. That's a superlative. And this is not a superlative. This is a
Comparative.
comparative. So what will the word be? Well, what?
Wealthier.
Wealthier, yes. And try to find? If it's difficult, let me know. And I help you with try to find.
Is it possible to improve?
No.
try to find could be also encounter.
It's in the paragraph. Paragraph 3.
No.
Sick.
What?
Sick.
Yes, seek. What is seek?
Like search is a
Yes,
synonym of search.
look for. Yes. Number 6, Cristobal.
Number 6. Encourage economic growth.
All right. A synonym for encourage.
Stimulate.
Yes, stimulate.
Stimulate.
And there they are. Stimulate.
Late.
Do you want to take a picture or you're good?
Picture.
Let me take a picture.
Picture.
Yes.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Now, look at the time.
Almost time, teacher. Oh.
It is time. We still have to do the listening. And then we have to do the writing. But let's go for the writing, guys.
Okay.
Okay. What you have to do is write a paragraph in an essay. You have to write an essay about what? About your answer. Should a government try to make its citizens happy? How? Give specific reasons and examples. Go ahead and
How many words, teacher?
let's try 250 words.
Okay. Mm,
You can take a picture of this.
yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
gonna give you this that you see here is an example of an essay that you need to make. Okay, you can base yourself on that, on this. All right, and let's go for the next one. Adding ideas in writing. There, you can take a picture of that and you can do the exercise. Yes, did you take a picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and the last one is do your paragraph. Write your paragraph, your essay. You can send it to me or the group, and then I'll check all the mistakes myself, and I'll send you the observations. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, it is for now the writing teacher.
No, sir. It's you can do it anytime you want from here until next week because my classes start this Friday.
Okay, well, I will. So just to be clear, teacher, it's just a writing of 250 words, or
Yeah.
there are three writings. What is?
For what?
It's just a writing of 215 words and 50 words. Sorry.
Yes. About what?
About it is about well, the first I have right here the screenshot. It's about the should a government try to make its citizens happy, how, and give specific reasons. And just that, teacher, just
Yeah.
because I was a little confused because you recommended some well, some connectors to add ideas, and
Yes.
the
That's what the
last part.
essay is asking you to do. Use these connectors, and they are the examples.
Okay.
Happy workers are more effective as well as more productive. Yes, that's the connector. In addition to, moreover, and furthermore, they are all connectors. So
Okay.
try to do your essay with these connectors. Yes, guys?
Okay, teacher.
All right. Now, guys,